balls was hot.
Oh, surprise, surprise, motherfucker! The king is back!
What's going on, fellas? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm breaking down UFC 324, headlining Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett, going down in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. I'm gonna be giving my picks and predictions for every single fight on this card. Let's get started with the first one, fellas. Let's go. All right, fellas, kicking off the first fight of the night, we got a welterweight bout between Adam Fugit and Ty Miller. Adam Fugit is 10-5 and his last 5 is 2-3. He's sitting around a plus 355 underdog, and that's pretty big if you ask me, guys. For a guy that has a lot of years under his belt, fighting at a high level, and he's taking on a dude who's making his debut coming fresh off the Contender Series. I mean, look at Ty Miller over here. He's a minus 425, 6-0, 4-0-1 in its last 5, and that one is coming from an eye poke from I can't remember the organization, but it was from an eye poke. These guys, size wise, they're pretty similar. You know, Adam Fugit will be coming out of the southpaw stance in this fight, and Ty Miller always comes out of the orthodox. There is that 10-year age gap where Ty Miller is 25 and Adam Fugit is 37, almost reaching uncle status failure, fellas. Striking shots are pretty good for Ty Miller here. He lands about over 5.5 strikes per minute, and striking accuracy is at 34%, which is not high, but he throws a lot of volume. It's like Nate Diaz, man, always throwing a snappy 1-2. You know, he absorbs less and has a good defense, sitting around a 70%. And Adam Fugit here lands 4.5 strikes with a 46% accuracy. He absorbs quite a lot of strikes, actually, almost as much as he throws, with absorbing 4.5 strikes with a striking defense of 51%. Where Adam Fugit shines, fellas, is the grappling. He averages almost 2 takedowns per fight with a 25% takedown accuracy, and the takedown defense between the two is the same, sitting around a 50%. The way I see this fight playing out, fellas, is Fugit's gonna try to wrestle, man. He's gonna come forward pretty aggressively and try to take Ty Miller down, man. And I'm not worried about Ty Miller because from what I've seen in fight footage, he scrambles a lot and doesn't accept bottom position, unlike some other strikers, man, like fucking Robelas to Spain, dude. I bet on him against Waldo Cortez Acosta, and this dude couldn't get up to save his fucking life. And I was stressing, bro, just trying to watch the fight. And yeah, man, I lost a lot of money because he was a pretty heavy favorite at that point. But I can't say that about Ty Miller. This dude actually scrambles and won't accept bottom position. You know, he's gonna try to keep the fight standing and gonna piece Adam Fugit up, I believe. And if you don't take him out in the second, I believe in the third. So I'm taking Adam Fugit here. Give me Adam Fugit by knockout in I'm gonna say round 2, late 2. Next up on this card, we got a bantamweight fight between Ricky Turcios and Cameron Smotherman. Ricky Turcios is 12-5 and is 2-3 in his last 5. He's sitting around a plus 170 underdog. On the other hand, we got Cameron Smotherman, a minus 220 favorite, with a similar record as Ricky Turcios at 12-6. 3-2 in his last 5. These guys are pretty much the same size, with Ricky Turcios having the reach advantage over Cameron Smotherman. The differential is 2 inches. Ricky Turcios has a 71-inch reach, and Cameron Smotherman has a 69-inch reach. Ricky Turcios is a former Ultimate Fighter winner, also known for his scrappy style, high volume, and willingness to bring chaos to the cage. He throws a lot, moves a lot, and tries to overwhelm his opponents with his activity. He's a solid scrambler and can make fights messy, but has a lot of his volume doesn't always land clean. He doesn't have much of that one-shot finishing power, but in his recent UFC run, he's been inconsistent, and it's been a concern coming up to this fight. Smotherman, on the other hand, is a clean striker. He's much more structured, has better boxing fundamentals, and carries more natural power to his hands. He's had ups and downs in the UFC, but when he lets his hands go, man, he could hurt people. He's also known for staying composed in tough moments. That gives him the edge in this matchup. Turcios is going to win. He's going to need to create chaos, have a high pace, high volume, and mix in clinches, body locks, and use the scrambling abilities to steal moments in this fight. He needs to make this fight uncomfortable and unpredictable for Smotherman. And on the other hand, if Smotherman's going to win, he needs to stay calm, box clean, land the heavier shots, and control key exchanges in each round. This fight literally has all the signs to be close and competitive, and possibly goes to the judges' scorecards. But the way I see this fight being structured, I lean towards Cameron Smotherman. So give me Cameron Smotherman to win this fight via decision. Next up, we got a heavyweight bout between Josh Hoka and Denzel Freeman. Josh Hoka is 7-0 at a price tag of -250. He's 5-0 in his last 5, and Denzel Freeman is plus 200. Holds a record of 7-1 and is 4-1 in his last 5. That one loss is coming off a split decision loss in a different organization, I believe it was. And size wise, Denzel is gonna have the advantage here. He's gonna be the bigger guy, and gonna have a 4-inch reach advantage over Josh Hoka. Josh Hoka has pretty good striking stats. He lands five significant strikes per minute at a 69% striking accuracy, which is pretty dang good considering, you know, this dude was known to be primarily a wrestler, and got the knockout in his last fight, which was insane. I did play him, and I thought he was actually gonna get a submission or something, but that came surprising, and we did cash. I did cash on. I believe I placed a unit on him, so that was good. He absorbs 1.42 strikes per minute with the striking defense of 56%. Denzel Freeman lands 3.27 significant strikes at a 62%, absorbing only 2 significant strikes per minute at 61%. Josh Hoka will have the grappling advantage here. As you can see, he lands a crazy 12 takedowns for 15 minutes at a 46% takedown accuracy. Talk about Marab numbers, fellas. And Freeman here, you can see he has 0. I think it's only because he has 1 fight in the UFC, and I don't think he shot anything. But he does have that Greco-Roman wrestling background, which I believe may play an advantage, and he may have some success because he will be the bigger guy. If he does clinch up with Josh Hoka, I believe he may have the advantage there. But Josh Hoka is a freak, man. He's a freak. He's extremely athletic. You know, he is a former NFL player. He was in the practice squad, and he was a Division I college wrestler too. So it's gonna be a pretty good fight, because both guys can wrestle pretty much. I am gonna have to side with Josh Hoka on this one, but I don't think he's gonna get the knockout like everyone's predicting. I believe it's too early on him. He did. It was a nice knockout he did, but Denzel Freeman has never been knocked out, and this dude just started like training his striking it is increasing at a rapid level, but I don't think it's going to be enough to take out Denzel Freeman. I'm going to be taking Josh Hoka, and if he wins, he's going to win a decision. Give me Josh Hoka to win a decision. No bet on this one. The odds are pretty juiced, I'm not going to lie. Now this fight has potential to be fight of the night, fellas. This is a lightweight bout, and we got Michael Johnson here on my left with a record of 24 wins, 19 losses. Pretty bad. But his last 5, he's 4-1, with 1 loss coming from a brutal knockout by Diego Ferreira, which he landed a horrible. I mean, he meant to do bad damage with that overhand, and it slept Michael Johnson bad. I mean, that was a clean highlight reel for Diego Ferreira. But ever since that knockout loss, he's bounced back pretty well, beating people like Darius Flowers, and surprisingly beating Daniel Zellhuber. And in that fight, man, this was opening up the main card, I believe, and Daniel Zellhuber did close as the biggest favorite on that card. I think he was somewhere around the -800 range, man. But I mean, Michael Johnson showed his experience, beat the kid at his own game, and did land a knockdown in that fight, if I'm not mistaken. And didn't show any signs of slowing down, considering how his age, man, almost pushing 40. He is 39 years old. On the other hand, we have Alexander Hernandez. For some reason keeps changing his nickname. He's 18-8. He's gonna be the favorite in this match, almost a 2-1 favorite, and it was also 4-1 in his last 5. That one loss is coming from a split decision loss almost 2 years ago as well, from Damon Jackson, who I believe was fighting last time I remember in the PFL, and it hasn't aged well because he hasn't been doing good. I think he's been getting slept. I think he got slept in his last fight. But ever since that too, he's came back and beat the likes of Austin Hubbard, Kurt Holloway, Chase Hooper. That one was a little questionable. I had a unit placed on Chase Hooper in that fight, and I don't know why, man. I don't know why Chase Hooper decided to strike, and I don't even know if he ever shot a takedown, or maybe he did start to shoot late, but it was too late at that point. He took in too much damage. And also knocked out the dude that knocked out Michael Johnson, Diego Ferreira. And that one was also a surprising one, dude. So Alexander Hernandez has shown levels of improvement ever since he switched gyms and started training with Brandon Moreno. These guys are going to be similar size, with Michael Johnson having the 1-inch reach advantage over Alexander Hernandez. Alexander Hernandez will be the younger fighter, and these guys are land about the same significant strikes, with Michael Johnson landing at a 39% accuracy and Alexander Hernandez landing at a 40% accuracy. Alexander Hernandez does absorb more strikes per minute at 4.5 strikes per minute, and Michael Johnson absorbs 3.9 strikes per minute. I mean, the striking is going to be on paper, it's going to be close, but we both know clearly Michael Johnson's going to have the edge in striking. The way Alexander is going to win this fight is in the grappling, bro. He's going to have to take Michael Johnson down, mix it up, strike with him if he wants to win this fight. Michael Johnson has had success in his last couple fights because he's fought fighters who don't wrestle, man. Like his last 5 opponents, I believe, like in total, from what I saw, maybe there was 3 to 6 takedown attempts on him, and they all got stuffed. Alexander Hernandez is clearly going to be gonna have a bigger threat in the grappling, as he does have a higher percentage. He does have good wrestling, fellas, and that's where I believe excuse me. This is where I believe Alexander Hernandez is gonna win. Is in the wrestling. He's shown ever since he started training with Brandon Moreno and his team. He's shown high IQ. So I believe that Alexander Hernandez will execute the right game plan to beat Michael Johnson. And if he doesn't, then it's going to be another win for Michael Johnson. And it's going to be crazy because I believe after that, he's probably going to get a ranked opponent. But I can't bet on Alexander Hernandez because this dude's lost fights where he's supposed to win. And Michael Johnson's right now he's pulling the upsets. So, but gun to the head, fellas. Just to wrap this one up, I'm gonna have to side with Michael Johnson because these odds are crazy, man. I mean, -210. That means they're saying the bookies have Alexander Hernandez winning this fight more than 7 times out of 10, which I just don't agree. I think the value as a bettor is on Michael Johnson. So, because of that, and because I believe that he'll do enough damage on the feet to steal rounds, I do think this fight will go to decision. But Michael Johnson will do enough damage, to have the judges sway towards him. So give me Michael Johnson to win this fight by decision. All right, and probably the most disrespected fighter I've probably ever seen, Charles Energy Johnson. I mean, we all know this dude's knocked out, highlight of his career, knocked out the current champion, Joshua Van. People calling it a fluke, this and that, people hating. It ain't hate, man, when you're knocking out another prospect in Loner Kavalov, which I did play Charles Johnson Moneyline on that fight. He was like plus 200 or something like that. I cashed good. It felt good winning finally with picking Charles Johnson, because I'm not gonna lie, fellas, I did give up on Charles Johnson in the beginning, like when he first entered the UFC. and he went like on a 3-fight losing streak. I thought I saw potential on him, and I bet him, unfortunately, those 3 times, and I was like, man, I'm done. Okay, this guy's going nowhere. And sure enough, when I stopped betting on him, he started winning. That was luck. I kept fading, and he kept winning. So finally, I took his bet. He finally cashed for me. Anyways, yeah, Charles Johnson sitting at a minus 200 favorite, and has a record of 18 wins, 7 losses, with his last 5 fights being 4-1. That one loss is coming to Ramazan Demirov, where I don't know, man. He lost, like, I don't know if he couldn't get going, or I don't know, man. But I mean, he started picking it up the 3rd round, and I believe he just ran out of time. And Charles Johnson is like a 5-round fighter, man, and he's never fought one. At least I don't think so. He just always runs out of time, man, and he starts off pretty slow, and that's what happened in that fight. He just he lost the 1st round, lost the 2nd round, turned up in the 3rd, but at that point it was too late. So he loses. I don't know, man. He just sometimes loses fights like that. But he's taking on Alex Perez, and this dude's on a decline, man. He's 1-4 in his last 5. But the competition he's been losing to, I mean, in cream of the crop, man. We got Mohamed Wakayev, Alessandro Pantoja, Tachiro Taira, and Asu Amabayev. He has a record of 25 wins, 10 losses, and is sitting at the time of this recording as a plus 170 underdog. I think the bookies got these odds right, man, because Alex Perez, man, I believe he has the skill set to beat Charles Johnson. But this dude, man, low IQ fighter, bro. Low IQ fighter. That fight with Asu Mabayev, he had the fight in the bag, fellas. He had the fight. I mean, he fought a beautiful 1st round. Just outskilled him, outpointed him on the feet. Then the start of the 2nd round, it's just a sloppy double leg, gets caught in a deep, deep guillotine, and ends up tapping. That's the story of Alex Perez, man. This dude, looks really good in the beginning, and then he just blows it. With this fight with Charles Johnson, man, I don't see him winning, man. I can't trust low IQ fighters. They piss me off right next to strikers who just lay on their backs. Low IQ fighters piss me off just as much. So I'm taking Charles Johnson on this one, but I'm not placing a bet, bro, because I know that Alex Perez has that grappling tool, and Charles Johnson has struggled, bro. That's why he went on a 3-fight losing streak, dude. He fought grapplers, and that's what he did, bro. He just laid on his back, couldn't get up, was hoping for the ref to stand the fight up. I mean, these fighters had 10 minutes of control time. Cody Durden, 10 minutes of control time. The other loss he took, 10 minutes of control time. I mean, that's crazy. 2 rounds, pretty much on your back, not doing nothing. And I can't trust him to get up from Alex Perez's grappling, where Alex Perez actually was shooting on his last fight against, it was Asu Mabayev, right? Yeah, I believe he did shoot that fight a total of 6. I'm sorry, excuse me. He shot a total of 5 times, landing 3 out of them, and had control time over Asu Mabayev for 2 minutes. Asu's a way better grappler than Charles Johnson is, so if he was able to control him there, I mean, his grappling's probably all right, So if Alex Perez does not blow it and fights a perfect fight, he will beat Charles Johnson. And it hurts me to say that, but I'm taking Charles Johnson. I'm not placing a bet on this one, fellas, but give me Charles Johnson. Modestas Bukauskas is taking on Nikita Krylov in the light heavyweight division. Modestas Bukauskas holds a record of 19 wins, 6 losses, and is 4-1 in his last 5. He's going to be the slight favorite, sitting at minus 150 over Nikita Krylov, plus 125. Nikita Krylov is 3-2 in his last 5 and holds a record of 30 wins, 11 losses. These guys, size-wise, are going to be the same, with Nikita Krylov having the 1-inch reach advantage over Modestas Bukauskas. Surprisingly, Nikita Krylov is only 33 years old, but looks like he's been through the blender, man. There's no thread left in those tires, bro. And only has 3 knockouts out of those 40 professional bouts that he's had. Only has 3 knockouts. 2 of them coming in from his return in 2025. Brutal fashion, though. Brutal fashion. He got slapped bad by Dominic Reyes. And that fight is not looking good. Especially how Dominic Reyes took that L to Carlos Oberg. That's not aging well. And decided to come back within a 4-month span to take on Guskov, and got his head bouncing off the canvas, man, as he was taking shots from Guskov. So he's coming in 6 months later, 6-7 months in later to take on Bukauskas. And if you ask me, dude, I don't think that's enough time to recover from 2 brutal knockouts. Like, this dude was out cold. It's not a good time frame to come back and fight, especially against Modestas Bukauskas, who's coming off a knockout himself over Paul Craig. Modestas Bukauskas did not have a good successful first run. He left, fought a couple fights, then came back, and it's been 6-1 ever since, dude. With that one loss that, like I mentioned earlier, over Vitor Petrino, Nikita Krylov is not going to have that threat over the hands. He has good striking, but he's levels away from Vitor Petrino's type of striking. Nikita Krylov, if he wants to win, I believe he's going to have to rely on his grappling. I believe he could also strike with Modestas, but I mean, I can't trust his durability, man. I know he only has 3 knockout losses, but the way the last 2 turned out, I mean, I think it's time to hang him up. And if he does get knocked out again, I hope he does hang it up. You know, this guy's, before those 2 knockouts, was on a tear. So give me Modestas Bukauskas to win this fight. And if I have to predict, I do believe he can finish Nikita Krylov again by knockout. So give me Modestas Bukauskas to win this fight by knockout. All right, fellas. Now we want to talk about money. Y'all want to make some money? This is the fight. This is the fight, fellas. Atiba Gutier taking on Andrea Poliev. Gutier sitting at a -1,000. You know, that ain't scaring me. I'm putting the goddamn mortgage on Atiba Gutier to finish Andre Poliev in round 1, man. I'm not even going to break this fight down like this, man. Gutier's too athletic. He's too strong, too physical. And Andrea Poliev, I mean, he took a bad beating from Christian Leroy Duncan, man. And if you're only getting recognized for being durable, it's because you're not that good, man. This dude almost got taken out in the 3rd round by Christian Leroy Duncan, but toughened it out to lose a unanimous decision. Now, Atiba Gutier, man, dude, this guy's killing people, dude. Murder. I mean, I thought, Jose Medina probably, was probably going to last, take his punches, and this dude fucking took him down, dude. I had at least Jose Medina to survive a round, because, I mean, he's not that good, but he got a contract for also being durable off the Contender Series, and this dude got knocked down with the knee. Knocked out with the knee, man. So, I mean, I'm gonna bet the goddamn house on Atiba Gutier. 1,000 -1,000 ain't scaring me. So give me Atiba Gutier by knockout in the 1st minute of this fight. Next up, in the bantamweight division, we got a fight between Umar Nurmagomedov and Davison Figueiredo. Umar Nurmagomedov has a record of 19 wins, 1 loss, and is 4-1 in his last 5. His most recent fight against Mario Batista, I mean, he did Umar. He was being himself, got the wrestling, moved it, mixed in the wrestling very well with the striking, and got a unanimous decision win over Mario Batista, which was a good one because Mario Batista was beating everybody. Davison Figueiredo, on the other hand, is 25-5-1. He's 3-2 in his last 5. Those 2 losses coming from Corey Sandhagen and Piotr Jan, 2 of the top 5 fighters in this division. That 1 loss to Corey Sandhagen, though, he did it on himself. He was trying, they were scrambling, and Davison knew Corey locked up his leg, knowing that if he made one bad turn, he was gonna blow out his knee. Davison took the risk, blew out his knee. That was that. And that fight against Piotr Jan, I mean, Piotr Jan always puts on a masterclass, and Davison was just one step behind on that fight. The odds are ridiculous in this fight, man, and I don't understand why, man. People are in agreement with these odds. I'm not. Minus 1600 over a guy who's lost to fighters in the top 5. He's only lost to the best in this division. Corey Sandhagen just fought for the belt. Piotr Jan just won the belt, and you're gonna give me odds of minus 1600 over him? I understand this man's the older fighter and he's on his way out, and he's a little bit on a skid, but he just won his last fight against Montel Jackson, and Montel Jackson was on his way up the rankings, man. He got that win. To me, it was a clear win. It went split decision. I thought it was a clear win. But this man's a former champion, fellas. He's a former champion. It's rare to get into the UFC, let alone win a championship. I believe Davidson's being really disrespected, and obviously I'm not laying no chalk on this fight. I do think Umar wins, maybe 10 out of 10 times at this state, but I mean, 1600 minus 1600. I mean, you're talking about this dude's gonna put him out, and I don't think Umar is gonna take him out within 3 rounds. I think Davidson Figueroa is skilled enough to survive Umar Nurmagomedov for 3 rounds, and the safest bet for me, I guess, is this fight going to decision. I will say though is I don't know where Davidson's mind is at this point. You know, I'm pretty sure he knows it. He's out of title contention, and I don't know if he's just fighting for a paycheck or I don't know. We know Umar's hungry. He's trying to get back to that title, and is quite frankly 1 or 2 fights away from that. So I'm gonna skip this fight, but obviously the pick is Umar, but the sleeper pick is this fight to go to decision. Give me this fight to go to a decision. Umar Nurmagomedov. What a banger of a fight that we have here, fellas. I mean, a striking delight. We got Gene Silva, 16-3, 4-1 in his last 5, sitting around a minus 300, taking on Arnold Allen, 20-3, 3-2 in his last 5, and is a plus 230 underdog. These guys are going to be similar in size, with Arnold Allen having the 1-inch reach advantage over Gene Silva. The odds indicate that Gene Silva is going to win this fight pretty convincingly. I think it's going to be a battle, fellas. I think it's going to be a battle. Arnold Allen is a tough out, only losing to the best in Movsar Evloev and Max Holloway. I mean, one of the best boxers in the UFC and one of the best grapplers in the UFC. I mean, Gene Silva's neither of those, bro. He's really good, but he's neither of those. And I do think that Gene Silva could give these guys work. I just don't think he's gonna win that easy. Arnold Allen is 11-2 in the UFC, and Gene Silva was on a tear up till the point where he fought Diego Lopez. But make no mistake, fellas, make no mistake, he was winning some exchanges until he got caught. He got a little too cocky, but I don't think people calling it a humbling moment, which it was, but I don't think it's gonna change his style. You know, I think he's gonna keep coming. He's gonna keep coming with the same style, get in your face, you know, toy around, try to clown on you, and you know, throw heavy, reckless shots, try to get you out of there in the first. You know, I have this fight panning out this way, fellas. Gene Silva's gonna come aggressively. Arnold Allen's gonna be moving, you know, picking his shots like he always does, and I think this is gonna be a split decision, fellas. It's going to be a split decision, and I'm going to have to lean towards Arnold Allen. Give me Arnold Allen to win this fight by split decision. A ton of people are mad that this fight is this high up in the card, but nonetheless, it's a title eliminator, and I'm here to break it down for you fellas. So we got Natalia Silva on my left with a record of 19 wins, 5 losses, and 1 draw. She's sitting at a minus 440, and she's 5-0 in her last 5. On the other hand, we got Rose Namajunas at a plus 330 with a record of 14 wins, 7 losses, 3-2, in her last 5. Natalia Silva will be the younger fighter at a 5-year age gap. Size wise, these women are going to be the same, and Natalia Silva is coming here with the upper edge, as she is undefeated in the UFC, and she's cashed a couple tickets for me, man. She's a big favorite for a reason. Rose is the biggest name Natalia Silva is fighting. I will say that. But remember, Rose is fighting up a weight class. So she doesn't carry the same advantages here as she did in strawweight. The key to this fight is the footwork. Rose usually wins on the feet by using movement, setting traps, and counter punching in dead space. But Natalia Silva has way, way better footwork than her. I could argue that Natalia Silva has the best footwork in all women's divisions. She doesn't move. She doesn't just move, but she disappears and reappears at angles. You know, with the taekwondo kicks and side kicks, spinning attacks. Nobody moves like her in the division, fellas. That means Rose's best weapon is being taken away in this matchup, and she's gonna have to find a new strategy to win on the feet because Natalia Silva is just gonna be one step ahead. I've seen Silva training in the boxing and wrestling shoes, so it's showing me that she's prepared for Rose and what she has to bring to the table. Rose is tough. She's durable. She's not easy to finish. Silva may hurt her and land these body kicks, side kicks, all these karate kicks. You call it, but I see this fight going to the distance, man. Just like most women fights. At the end of the day, the cleaner movement, the sharper striking, and the higher pace belongs to Natalia Silva. So I've got Natalia Silva winning this fight here. Give me Natalia Silva by decision, fellas. Now for my favorite fight on this card, it's a heavyweight bout. Waldo Cortez Acosta taking on Derek Lewis. Waldo Cortez Acosta has a record of 16 wins, 2 losses. He's 4-1 in his last 5 and has a price tag of -300. On the other hand, we have Derek Lewis, a plus 240 underdog with a record of 29 wins, 12 losses, and he's 3-2 in his last 5. Those 2 losses from Derek Lewis is coming from 2 grapplers, Sergey Spivak and Gelton Almeida, which is kind of concerning if any guys are trying to take Derek Lewis, because Waldo Cortez Acosta is a high IQ fighter and does have that grappling, although it doesn't show here on the tail of the tape. Waldo Cortez Acosta does shoot takedowns. We've seen it in previous strikes where that knockout threat was there, where fighters have shown knockout ability threats. Excuse me, like Robust in the Robust the Spain fight, when Waldo Cortez Acosta was inviting him to pretty much try to break his guard, was taunting him, and ended up gassing him out, you know, and took him down and won a decision. That's how I pretty much have this fight planning out. Is Waldo's not gonna strike with him, although Waldo does have that pro boxing background, and it's shown and it's translated very well to his fights in the UFC. He's not gonna take a chance with the Black Beast, bro. 24 knockouts, 29 wins, 24 of them being knockouts, the most knockouts in the UFC. He's not taking a chance, bro. Especially with him coming fresh off a knockout win, busting another young prospect. I have this fight going out with Waldo Cortez Acosta to win a unanimous decision, unless Derek Lewis says, you know, fuck it, tries to brawl, doesn't care, fights reckless, then Waldo Cortez Acosta might snipe him. So it's however Derek Lewis wants to do it. If he wants to try to fight it technical, which he probably never has, or he's gonna try to brawl. And Waldo Cortez Acosta is either gonna try to pick a shot, snipe him, or he's gonna take him down as soon as he gets reckless. So give me Waldo Cortez Acosta to win this fight by decision. And now our co-main event of the evening, which originally was Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes, but obviously we all know Kayla Harrison pulled out due to that neck injury. That fight's probably more than likely going to get rescheduled for the White House, but this fight got pulled up from the main card to this co-main, and I'm not too mad about it. It's a good fight, and I'm here to break it down for you fellas. We got Sean O'Malley, 18 wins, 3 losses. 3-2 in his last 5, and he's gonna have a price tag of -210. He's gonna be going up against Song Yudong. 22 wins, 8 losses, 1 draw. Also 3-2 in his last 5 at a +170. Sean O'Malley is gonna be the bigger guy, height wise and reach. He's gonna have a 5 inches reach. That is huge for this fight, considering both fighters are probably gonna want to strike and keep this fight on the feet. So Sean O'Malley lands 6.3 significant strikes per minute with a striking accuracy of 61%, absorbing only 3.48 at 60% striking defense, which is really good. Song Yudong goes 4.58 significant strikes per minute with a striking accuracy of 43%, absorbing four strikes a minute at a striking defense of 55%. Sean O'Malley, I don't know where his head is in the game right now, man. There's rumors going out. He's considering retirement. In his podcast, he's mentioned, he's not that good. Losing to Marab, saying he's, changing his mindset, not dyeing his hair, taking this fight seriously, and still getting cooked even worse. So I don't know where Sean O'Malley is, man. On the other hand, I can't say the same thing about Song, bro. He's hungry, man. He's chasing that belt. He wants to be the first Chinese champion to win the belt in the bantamweight division. Sean O'Malley's already tasted that, man. So I don't know what's his motivation at this point. He knows he's far away from a title shot, and I don't know if he's just looking for. I don't even think he needs money, bro. He's already a big superstar. So Song Yudong, we know he wants that title. He wants to fight the best of the best, and his 2 losses come from top tier competition. One of them being Piotr Jan, man, who he was 1 step ahead, but Piotr Jan's the current champion. He has a win over both of these guys. Oh, sorry, no, he doesn't. In my opinion, he won that fight against Sean O'Malley. He was robbed from it, but fuck it. On paper, Sean O'Malley won. I want to side with Sean O'Malley. I really do, because I feel like he's the better. He has the better striking, but the way he was taken down by Marab, I feel like Song Yudong is going to be able to execute his grappling, his wrestling, and steal some rounds from Sean O'Malley. I think he's the hungrier fighter, and the striking. I don't think he's going to take Song Yudong out. So I'm taking Song Yudong to win this fight. Fuck it, bro. I'm gonna make a bold call, bro. I'm gonna take Sean Yudong to win this fight inside the distance, and we're gonna see Sean O'Malley get knocked out, not knocked out, TKO'd for the first time in his career. For the main event, which y'all been waiting for, we got Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett going at it for the interim lightweight title. Unfortunately, Topuria isn't ready, so they gotta make this fight, and a lot of people think that this match is not. There's better deserving fighters for this matchup, but this is what we got, and I'm not mad at this matchup, fellas. We got Justin Gaethje on my left with a record of 26 wins, 5 losses. He's 3-2 in his last 5, and it has a price tag of +190. On the other hand, we got Paddy Pimblett at a -240 with a record of 23 wins, 3 losses, and is he's undefeated in the UFC, 5-0. Paddy Pimblett has a lot of his fights have used his size to towards his advantage, but it's not gonna happen here because he's finally fighting someone that's gonna be his size or slightly bigger than him. Justin Gaethje will be 1 inch taller than him, but will have a 3-inch disadvantage on Paddy Pimblett. He is the older fighter. At 37 years old, Paddy Pimblett is 31. And the way this fight's going to pan out, fellas, is everyone thinks Paddy Pimblett's going to try to chain wrestle, take Justin Gaethje down and try to submit him. But we all know Justin Gaethje has that background of college wrestling. I believe he was a D1 wrestler, but never uses it in his fights. So I think it's going to be a bit hard for Paddy to take it down, but we've seen him take down wrestlers before, like Chandler. But Gotta take that with a grain of salt because Chandler in that fight did not look his best. We got Chandler in the UFC when he was already towards the end of his career, only looking to make fun fights. So Patty did take him down with ease, and that's all he needed when was one takedown to finish that fight. Uh, People think that might happen. I think Patty's actually gonna try to strike with Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje's a brawler. He's not a technician. Patty's not gonna brawl with him, and this is how Justin Gaethje wins his exchanges, man. It's this brawling style, dirty boxing. We've seen it with Fazeev where he got that he was clinching and throwing in getting those boxing combinations out. It's not gonna happen with Patty, man. If they clinch, Patty's gonna try to do some, take him down or some. But I ultimately I believe that Patty May has the skills on the feet to take out Justin Gaethje. We know that that chin's been compromised before, so it's not out of the realm if Patty can do the same. I do predict that Patty will finish this fight inside the distance, and I'm not happy to say that because I am a huge Justin Gaethje fan, and I wouldn't mind being wrong in this situation, man. I don't mind Justin Gaethje winning again and ruining all of our dream fight, our dream title fight with Patty and Ilya Topuria. But we're betters first here, fellas, and we're trying to make some money. So the safest bet here is to take Patty Pimblett to win inside the distance, because I could confidently say this fight's not going to go to the scorecards. So give me Patty Pimblett to win by knockout. That's all, fellas. This is my first YouTube video, so try to bear with me. I'm trying to get better at this, and appreciate you all for watching. Let me know who you guys got, who you guys agreed with, disagreed with. I'm gonna be looking at the comments and trying to respond to all you guys. And yeah, if y'all have any recommendations, let me know. UFC 324 in a couple of days. I'm excited for that. So thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch you till on the next.